Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a pair of my artillery games, courtesy of the Lorraine 155 1951 Tier 8 French SPG. Now, this first game comes with a little bit of context. To be honest, at the time I played this, I think I'd been trying to do a few different artillery missions for the personal missions, and you can see I've got 8 rounds of premium high explosive on this machine, and that's purely so that I could hit multiple targets with one shot, which is some of the criteria. And none of the artillery I have really have a great splash radius, if I'm going to be honest. But anyway, I'd been getting frustrated playing artillery, and I was really getting a bit sick of it. And this was a game I had that, well, it kind of kept it boosted my spirits up a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. You know, having been getting quite so fed up playing these machines, it was nice to have a game where things seem to work a little bit better. Now, originally I'm pre-aimed here because the enemy team have a fair number of tank destroyers, and their tank destroyers are likely going to be camping toward the back here, and that's a very unfortunate Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. He has absolutely no armour and 1100 health, and my shell does 1250 damage, and the 95 average penetration is more than enough to go through his armour, for want of a better phrase. One shot, one kill. And the our friendly T-44 says, "Nice shot, Artie." So I thank him. Ferdinand takes a shot. He's a much more heavily armoured target. I'm not going to one-shot this guy, but I might be able to give him some pain. 623 says hello. And we're going for another reload. So far 2 shots and something of the order of 1700 damage dealt, which is nice. And remember that Ferdinand? He probably remembers me. The other artillery also has a bash at him. So yeah, this is a tier 8 game, I should probably mention, and we're here on the airfield map, which is not a terrible artillery map, if I'm going to be honest. Especially if the tank destroyers are going to camp in predictable locations. I mean, that just means I'm going to wreck them. So, this Ferdinand has been spotted. He knows he's been spotted. He is moving. He does not want to become artillery target number 2. I take the shot. My shot would have hit a rock anyway, but our friendly Borsig actually picks up the kill on the 30. That shot was wasted. Well, it would have missed. Missed anyway. So, we're just relocating. This is what French artillery does best. Go somewhere else. The D7 area is looking decidedly dicey, and I don't want to be on the receiving end of that, so I've seen that that lot's coming. I decide to be somewhere else. And I might even be able to take a shot or two at the enemies who are pushing around that area as they do so, which would be nice. Jagdpanther 2 is on the other side of that rock, which is really annoying. Ooh, Jagdpanzer 4, he's only a little tank in this game. Well, he's less than little now. He's even flatter. He is dead. AMX 5100 and, oh, good lord, T-37, if the T-37 is just going to be out in the open, or he's taken one shot. Jagdpanther 2 is down, and I don't manage to get the shot off in time, alas. Now, I don't really want to retarget that 5100 as it's outside of my gun arc, meaning that I would need to... Oh, yeah. I would need to move the hull and go through the whole aiming cycle again to shoot him, but I don't have any other targets at the time, so I decide, screw it, let's go for it. And there's a Tiger 2 who's just going to sit here, apparently. Nope, he's fired, he's pulling back. Fair enough. 5100, how bad can I make his day, do we think? Oh, it's only a nearby shot. I only splash him for 184. Nothing too exciting. But it might have tracked him into the bargain. And we are also currently capping. Scoreline, however, is still 7-7. It is even. VK4502 is coming to try and do something about the fact that we are capping his base. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. What is it with people lately? Do they not believe in fire extinguishers anymore? Oh well. T-28 prototype is also coming around. That's his side armour. His side armour sucks. And good night, sweet prince. Oh, tier 8 tank destroyers really don't come with a lot of health. And when they're going to give... especially when they're heavily armoured at the front, if they're just going to give you big, fat, juicy shots into their non-existent side armour, Well, yes please. Now, there's a Hummel up here, there's also another Borsig. There was another Borsig, but he just evaporated. The Hummel has only got 54 health remaining. And there's only Lorraine 15555, this AMX 5100, and a Tiger 2 remaining. Now they are all top tier, they are all dangerous machines. Let's not get carried away here, but the game does appear to currently be in our favour. Trying to switch targets, see if I can get a shot on this Tiger. Oh, that looks promising. Oh, someone did most of the damage to him already. He's only got 94 health remaining. Oh well. AMX 5100 up above. I think we take the shot at the Tiger if I remember, because I'm already aimed at him, and screw it. There's kill number 3. So, Lorraine 15551 and AMX 5100. What can we do about these fellows? Well, moving up a bit and then trying to acquire a target. 5100 is on 4 kills now, and of course he gets that 6 round. Assuming he's using the top gun, he's got that 6 round 100mm autoloader, i.e. he is dangerous as all hell. I almost have a shot on him and then he pulls such that a rock is in the way, and I'm struggling to get a shot on this guy. I take the shot, but he pulls back. He's not an idiot, which is a shame, because that shot would probably have done some damage to him. And he successfully executes our SU-101. Like I said, AMX 5100, especially in a tier 8 game, is a dangerous machine. However, now he has problems as a Lurver and a full health T-44. This guy's days are numbered. I don't even bother looking at him. I am acquiring the Lorraine 15551 as my next target. There goes the 5100, and we are reloaded. We take the shot. Oh, alas, the shot doesn't go quite where I aim it. I might have splashed him for a little bit of damage, but we don't pick up the kill, alas. Oh no. Oh well, never mind. I'm telling these guys, just go for it together. Surround him, kill him. Don't let him derp you in the face one by one. Lorraine is backing off behind this hill, and I'm seeing if I can pull off a shot on him. Ugh, I just hit the hillside, which is unfortunate, but this guy is totally screwed. He doesn't even manage to hit the shot, and our T-44 just does a drive-by execution on him. So yeah, like I said, I was getting a bit disenfranchised or disinterested in the whole artillery thing. This was a game that kind of brought me back a bit. Artillery is still my least favourite class in the game, but nonetheless, we got a bit lucky in that game, and we managed to pull a win out of the bag, which was not too shabby. How did we do then? Well, here we go. This match was worth a second-class mastery in the end, and a bruiser for a bunch of critical hits to Peoples. We ended up actually doing 3,378 damage, which was not too shabby. 3 kills, 834 base experience. For the record, this would have been sufficient to complete SPG mission number 15 for the Stug 4, possibly also for the T-28 prototype. Sorry, the T-28 heavy tank concept, not the prototype. The criteria for the Stug 4-1 is to do 2,000 damage, be within the top 3 of your team on experience, and be within the top 3 on damage dealt, all of which we managed to do. How did that actually break down? We fired 9 shots, got 4 hits, 4 penetrations, bearing in mind, of course, if you wreck someone's tracks, that counts as a penetration, and 2 splash damage shots. For that, just over 3,000 damage. 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 of them destroyed. Now, the ammunition is expensive, so we only actually made a 15,000 credit profit, which is actually not too shabby. Usually you don't make that good a profit with artillery, but there we go. That would have been 28,000 credits profit with a premium account. So all in all, not a horrifically spectacular game, but a fairly nice game to have in the Lorraine. Here's the second game. Once more we are in the Lorraine, only this time we're bottom of the feeding pool. This is a tier 10 game, and it is quite tier 10. There were 6 tier 10s on the enemy team, rather than a tier 8 game, and I am platooned up with British B from the SIG clan. He's driving the AMX 1357F. That was the new French tier 7 light tank with the little 57mm needle autoloader gun thing. And he's actually had, seems to have had quite a lot of fun in it. He's certainly had a good amount of success driving that little machine, which is interesting, seeing as he doesn't currently have any other French light tanks, but there we go. So this is Sand River. Of course, this is a patch 9.6 game, so this is not incorporating the changes to Sand River as of patch 9.8. It's a nice, big, wide, open map. It's a pretty good artillery map. There isn't that much hard cover for people to hide behind. This IS-7 has been spotted out, so we're just going to see if we can get an early shot on this guy. And shot loose. Alas, it missed. Ah, well, c'est la vie. The wonders of playing artillery. Now, British B has done a little bit of spotting, but he's currently got an AMX 1390 coming after him, and that is bad, but the 1390 decides discretion is the better part of valour. And he doesn't sit around there, which is eminently sensible of him. This IS-7 is still pushing on. Seeing if I can get a shot on either of these guys. It won't be a particularly good shot because they're on the reverse slope of that hill, and you can see how long that shot went because they were on the reverse slope of the hill. So, repositioning a little bit. And so far, this hasn't really been very eventful from my perspective. We have a whole bunch of guys camping at base, our tank destroyers. We also have an AFK E-75, which is always good for a laugh. Now, these shots are still not particularly great. I should probably be trying to take aim at either the T-34 or the newly acquired T-110E4, or possibly even at the south. Now, if I'm going to be honest, there we go, I'm changing target to the T-34. It's a shot that I'm much more likely to hit. T-34 is very pedestrian in turning. He turns around, and that guy has just had a very, very bad day. We managed to pick up the kill on him. And there's a light tank to the south. LTTB incoming, and I'm just running here. I've been spotted. Flee! Flee for your life! Hoping that this array of tank destroyers can do something about him, and the Object 263, not a machine you see very often, puts the guy out of his misery, and British has come back from his spotting location because that was getting a little bit too hot. So, we've picked up one kill and probably done something of the order of 800 damage so far. 800 damage. Now, why did I do so much damage to that T-34? Well, frankly, because my shot went into his, probably, I think it was his rear by the time he'd finished manoeuvring, and 155mm of loving into your rectum doesn't tend to leave you a particularly happy bunny. So, yeah, it's not a massive surprise. I'm trying to pre-aim for this IS-7, and I'm hoping our Panther 88 gets a bit of spotting. He does. Hopefully I can now back him up. I can, but I don't actually manage to kill the IS-7. We just splash on his side for about 300 and something damage. But the Panther 88, who has the great name of Captain Submarine, manages to kill the guy, which is good on his part, as that was a tier 8 medium tank polishing off a tier 10 heavy tank. And to give credit to the enemy IS-7, he even has the good grace to say "good job, Artie" in chat. He doesn't seem particularly sore or frustrated or annoying like that. He seems a very nice chap. So a shout out to Bazo146 for not being the raving douchebag that many people on the internet are. That deserves a shout out in my books. So we're switching over to the other flank now. British B is off doing his light tanking thing, and I'm trying to give him covering fire where I can. If he spots something, I would like to shoot it. Now, I'm conscious that there was a T-110E4 spotted over here, and we've got some tank destroyers moving up to possibly spot this guy, possibly engage him. Who knows? We shall see. And there's the T-110E4 in question, and shot out. 533. Side, rear, not a penetrating shot, probably exploded on his tracks or something like that. And so we go for another reload. And I mean, 533 That's about the amount of damage you'd expect to take from an IS-7 or something if he had a shot on you. Granted, that's a tank 2 tiers higher than myself, but I also have a ridiculously long reload. Anyway, FV215B has gone to his maker and conquer a gun carriage. See if I can pick up the artillery kill. Shot out. Might have done a bit of splash damage to him, but it wasn't a direct hit. And we've got British in this T-71, still waiting to do a bit of light tankery to spot these guys, and our tank destroyers moving in on this T-110 E3. Was thinking about having a shot at that E3, but I think he's pretty screwed, and so in the end I actually go for this rather dubious shot on the T-110 E4. I don't have much to shoot at here, so I think it's hoping for a bit much, but nonetheless, we penetrate him for over 1200, set him on fire, and apparently fire extinguishers are not in this season, or he wasn't quick enough on the uptake to activate his. That was lucky. I will freely admit that was lucky as all hell. M5355 and the Su-14-1 have been spotted. Su-14-1's being worked over and is dead. I am trying to take a bead on this M5355 without killing our T-71. British puts a shot in, British finishes him off. Don't need to worry about him. That just leaves the enemy AMX 1390. And he's now dead. And that was the game. Didn't necessarily look spectacular, but when you're a tier 8 tank and you manage to put a shot into a tier 10 tank destroyer that does something like 1600 damage, that ends up netting you quite a nice amount of experience and credits. So let's go and have a look at the post-battle results. Now alas here, my game actually crashed just after I played this game, so this is actually the replay stats from What Replays, and you can see it was worth a bruiser, fairly common in artillery, an arsonist for burning that T-110 E4 to death, and a first class mastery badge, which is actually, despite the number of games I've played in this tank, it was the first time I'd got a first class in this machine. We came second on our team with 911 base experience, 3043 damage, and 2 kills. Shout out, by the way, to our friendly T-71 who finished top of our team with 807 damage, 1 kill, and 5,644 assistance damage. So well done to him. He prodded a prodigious amount of buttock. Also, as I mentioned earlier on, shout out for the enemy IS-7 for not being a douche. Basil 146, nice one. 7 shots fired, 4 hits, 2 splashes, 4 pens, for that just over 3,000 damage. Why was this one worth a first class, whereas the other was worth a second class, despite the fact that we did less damage? We got shots on higher tier tanks. It's as simple as that. We made 16,000 credits profit, would have been 28,000 with a premium account, and as I say, that was 911 base experience, so that turned it up. Turned it up? What does that mean? Turned out, or ended up, take your pick, being a fairly nice game in the Lorraine. I hope you guys enjoyed that pair of artillery games. I do try and vary things a little bit and show you kind of a bit of everything, a bit of artillery, tank destroyers, light tanks, heavy tanks, medium tanks, across a range of tiers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel. And I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao, ciao.